What is up, guys? In today's video, we are going to be talking about former Texas A&M star DJ Hogg and why he has failed to make it in the NBA so far. If you love college basketball, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoy these type of videos, be sure to check out my playlist in the description down below. Now let's get started with today's video. DJ Hogg was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, and loved basketball from a young age. Later on, the family would eventually move to Plano, Texas, where his basketball career would take off. By the time his senior year rolled around, he was a consensus 4-star recruit and was regarded as the second best player in the state of Texas. He went on to go to Plano High School and was an absolute stud. In the state championship game, he had a game-winning shot at the buzzer to give them the title ring. Hogg's recruitment was all over the place, as he was considered schools such as Arizona, Baylor, Oklahoma State, UCLA, Texas, and Texas A&M. At the time, Texas A&M was the least prestigious school of the bunch, but head coach Billy Kennedy was turning things around in College Station. He had already signed one of the best recruiting classes in school history, with commitments from 4-stars Tyler Davis, Elijah Thomas, and Admon Gilder. What they had in common was that they were all from the state of Texas. After the recruitment came down to Baylor and Texas A&M, Hogg decided he wanted to be the finishing piece of that class and committed to the Aggies. According to 24/7 Sports, Hogg was a 4-star recruit, the number 8 power forward, and the number 30 overall player in the class of 2015. As I said earlier, Texas A&M was led by head coach Billy Kennedy, and the 2015 class brought a lot of buzz to the program. Going into his freshman season, Hogg joined a talented roster that included Daniel House, Jalen Jones, and Alex Caruso. The Aggies lived up to the hype as they started the season 6-0 with wins over Texas and Gonzaga. After those wins, they entered the rankings as the number 25 team in the country. From there, they lost to Syracuse and Arizona State, finished 10-2 in non-conference play. At this point, Hogg was just a role player on the team, and his scoring height at the point was only 20 points. Going into SEC play, they ranked number 20, and they bolstered that all the way up to number 10 with 7 straight wins to open up SEC play. After a loss to Arkansas, they lost 4 of their next 5 games and fell out of the rankings completely. After a buzzer-beater win against Kentucky, they finished in SEC play with 6-0 to come out with a 13-5 conference record. They won their first 2 SEC tournament games before losing to Kentucky in the championship game. Despite the loss, they became a number 3 seed in the NCAA tournament and opened it up with a blowout win over Green Bay. After that, things got fun. Northern Iowa was fresh off a half-court buzzer beater to beat Texas, and people thought it would be a nice close game. It lived up to the hype as Texas A&M erased a late deficit and by a miracle won the game in double overtime. Sadly, the Aggies' luck was short-lived as they would go on to lose to Oklahoma in the Sweet 16. On the year, Hogg finished 7th on the team in scoring with 6.2 points to go along with 2.9 rebounds and an assist a night. Going into his sophomore season, A&M lost the big 3 of Jones, Caruso, and House, so Hogg was expected to play a bigger role with the team. After scoring in double figures in 4 of his first 5 games, he cooled off and so did the Aggies' record. They went into SEC play with an 8-3 overall record, and they looked like a bubble team at best. In his first SEC game against Tennessee, he set the tone with 21 points in a loss. After that, Hogg consistently scored double figures before his season abruptly came to an end after he suffered a foot injury against Vanderbilt. On the year, Hogg increased his scoring numbers to 12 points a game while also grabbing 5 rebounds and dishing 3 assists a night. On the year, A&M finished with a 16-14 overall record and didn't participate in any sort of postseason tournament. To this point, Hogg was considered an NBA prospect, but he wasn't quite ready to make the jump. Joining Hogg was a talented roster that included Tyler Davis, Robert Williams, Admon Gilder, and TJ Starks. They began the season ranked number 25 and killed number 11 West Virginia in their first game and went on to win their next 7. Hogg started off the year strong by scoring in double figures 6 times, including a 24-point performance in his second game. From there, Texas A&M went to SEC play ranked number 8 and had an 11-1 record. Sadly, they could not sustain their momentum as they would go on to lose their first 5 SEC games, including a buzzer-beater loss to LSU by hands of Tremont Waters. From there, they went on to win 6 of their next 8 games, and they re-entered the rankings. After that, they lost half of their last 6 games to finish with a 9-9 record in the conference. After losing to Colin Sexton at the buzzer, they finished with a 20-12 record and became a 7 seed in the NCAA tournament. By this time, Hogg was really inconsistent. Some days he was the team's best player, others he disappeared. Luckily, once they got to the tournament, they began to turn things on. They dominated both the 10 seed Providence and the number 2 seed North Carolina, before they got blown out by the Michigan Wolverines in the Sweet 16. Hogg had a solid year with averages of 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists, but he was nowhere near ready for the NBA. Despite the warnings, he declared for the 2018 NBA draft and signed with an agent. Going into college, some looked at Hogg as the next J.J. Redick. He was now an extremely flawed player with poor production to back it up. He could shoot the three ball and play defense, but he was not a very good passer, wasn't overly athletic, and had poor finishing skills around the rim. He was not projected to be drafted, and he was given the label as a prospect with low risk, high reward. Scouts were right as he went undrafted and had to sign with the New Orleans Pelicans for the Summer League. Despite a relatively average Summer League portfolio, he was signed by the Philadelphia 76ers and was immediately sent to their G League affiliate, the Delaware Bluecoats. Currently, Hogg plays for the Wisconsin Herd as he is trying to work his way up to an NBA roster. So far in the G League, Hogg has averaged close to 10 points a game, which to me means he will likely be stuck in the G League for the entirety of his career if he doesn't put up better numbers. Sadly, I don't think Hogg will ever make it to the NBA, and I think he really needed an extra year in college. If he can fix a lot of his issues, then he may be able to get a two-way deal at some point, but it's going to be a long journey to get there. On a more positive note, I really hope the best for him moving forward, and I hope he someday makes it to the NBA. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think he will make it to the NBA, and if you enjoyed today's video, then make sure to hit that like button and check out all my other videos. I hope to see you guys soon, and until then, peace.